really help.
Yeah. My question was, there's a video in Vimeo, I think,
Okay.
2012
Okay.
or 13, and it's how was your training in those years? You were like really clumsy. Like, I don't want to offend you, but you
No,
were like
no.
kind of static, really stiff. Stiff is the word. And
Yeah.
in your 2017 routine, there's one moment in which because our how it's just time and getting used to to competing, or repetition, or what do you think that gave you that that fluency?
There's there's a couple things. I benefited from lots of, from having done it for a long time, which takes away some problems, but not all of them. Uh, Normally at the Worlds, you benefit from, compared to a national, that you've spent maybe 8-10 weeks working on your nationals. So you've already developed some skills and you got into something and you win and then you go into the Worlds, so you don't stop. Instead of it being 3 months that you're training for, it's only 6 months, right? Normally. And you learn so much more that normally I think if somebody wins their nationals and goes to the Worlds, I think they have a much stronger chance in their nationals the next year because they spent so much more time competing in the last 12 months. But there's also an element that when you practice, and we said about being a robot, when you practice, the goal is to get so consistent in your emotions and the way you are or the way your tools are and everything that you stop thinking about it because it's just automatic. And it's repetition, but that can be for just 3 weeks you're doing nothing else except thinking about coffee this way, making coffee this way, 4 or 5 hours a day. If you're doing that much work, the goal is to get so consistent and robotic, and every time you make a mistake, push past it, that you stop thinking about it, that it becomes more relaxed, more muscle memory, and then you go beyond being robotic because you start moving in a more fluid way. You start predicting where the things will be without thinking about it, and then instead of being jerky and mechanical, you suddenly flow because you're not thinking about it, you're just doing it. And so the real benefit from all the practice is not that you're precise and that you are exactly the same every time you perform. It's that you've gone past needing to be very mechanical and thinking about it all the time, and you can relax again. So if you watch my semi-finals and my finals performance, my movements are slightly different in each one. My timings are slightly different in each one. But I am enjoying the moment whilst doing all the things I need to do. And if you watch the detail of where my hands are, they're in the right place, holding the things in the same way. It's just the way I'm moving between them is completely relaxed. And I think that is just muscle memory and pushing past when it gets boring and keeping going. So for the Worlds, I did 97 run-throughs before we went to Korea. And some of them were really bad. Lots of them were really bad. Some of them I hadn't worked out the words, or at least at first, I knew a little bit of the concept, but we hadn't decided on the signature drink at that point. But beginning to make coffee the way that I needed to make coffee on that stage, deciding where the tables would be, with each run through, almost making another decision, practicing it the next time and making sure that we were bedding it in, you look back and you suddenly realize how fast you change and you grow. I think it can be harder if you're working behind bar, because you can't make coffee like that. You're not going to get every customer ordering 4 espresso, 4 cappuccino, and 4 of your cocktail, right? And so you'll have to switch between what you do in the cafe and you're practicing for competition, and try really hard to either make coffee in the same way in the cafe every time you're behind the espresso machine doing those steps the same, always making 2 doubles or 3 doubles, or really separating your brain from when you're working in the cafe to when you're working on competition, and making them a separate process that feels different, kind of thing. I think one of the challenges is, doesn't matter how you prepare, when you stand on the stage and call time and you're suddenly stressed, you start reverting to whatever is your most common habit, good or bad. So you have to do really hard work to make sure that your habits are the ones that will help you score points.